Hello, everyone. Welcome back for some more Let's Play Melty Blood. So, I don't know if we're going to be doing, like, both of the other now unlocked endings or, like, the further endings, or if, like, it's going to be actually long. I don't know if it's going to actually do a different route or if we're going just in with something else. But for now, what we got to do is we're going to hit that fast forward and go through our first ending here. So, essentially, we need to do all wins, and this should give us the true, actually super canon ending this time, unlike before when we won every time, which just gave us kind of a halfway ending. I am noticing that as you go up, you get more serious, and as you go down, you get more silly. So I'm guessing, like, we're gonna get the maximum serious, like the real serious, maximum serious ending as we do this. And then as we continue to do the other one, we're going to get maximum silly. I do see that going down again. We will have to fight Giakiha again, which isn't going to be too bad now that I know about the way to do it easily, which is just jump medium heavy, right? Doing that should work out just fine, but we'll see. I have no idea how much it'll actually be or when. Watch it be super embarrassing and like my saves don't work because it's, I don't know, weird. And because of that, we're gonna get to the top and it's gonna be like, sorry, by the way, you're just getting the bad ending again. That would suck. I would dislike that. I would not like that. So we'll see. Alright. We get a little bit of a reminder of the story though as we fast forward, which is nice. We meet the foreigner. And then we beat her up. So let's do this. Also, hey, we get to actually do, like, gameplay quite a bit, which is good. Because fighting games are kind of one of my favorite things to just play, right? To just hop in and have a good time with. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so I can totally then do a light even as we're coming down. Look at that. Look at that! I love fighting games, man. What a genre. I also cannot wait to get to the improved gameplay later on. I mean, I'll say this. For a 1.0 beta thing, this feels way better than I'd expect. Usually, jank early fighting games are really jank. But this feels like incredible for a, early version. Alright. Hey, stop that. There we go. Get you on the ground. Alright. So now we beat her. And then we're kind of nice to her. She doesn't reveal her plans right away. Yeah, she doesn't tell us about the ether light right away. She keeps that a secret in this route. And now we need to go up to B. And when we go to B here... So yeah, when we get to the top, that should bring us to A this time, I'm guessing. So we have the story of the village. We get the jump scare face. Ah, jump scare. Happy Halloween. Well, October. I just call October Halloween at this point. Like, it's close enough. Oh, I'm surprised the brain partitioning is only seemingly done once. That seems like something that could be used multiple times, and yet it's like... Yeah, no, we're only gonna do it the one time. Because it's like, it's super cool. But, I guess in this case, no, they're like, yeah, we do this the once. Maybe it'll come up in, the arcade modes, which we'll be installing after. Maybe it will come up in the, the next game. The sequel. Who knows? Maybe it'll come up in Type Lumina. Who knows? Sion might be the last character. They said the last character is going to be surprising, and they previously said Sion won't be in. So what if it is? And then that'll be like, oh, hey, well, there we go. A lot of text. Thank goodness we can at least skip it this time, unlike before when that wasn't even an option. Okay. So. Then her brain's like, yeah, we gotta stop that. I wish I could turn off my My thoughts. That'd be lovely. That would make sleeping so much easier. Though that said, I unlike some people, I don't have issues sleeping. Like some people are like, "Yep, can't sleep, won't ever be able to sleep." You know, they get 2 hours. I'm like, no, I'm the opposite. 9 p.m. hits, I'm out. Goodbye. All right, so yeah, we got to beat up. We got to beat up Senpai here. And we will this time. All right, here we go. There we go. Rad. I love clashes. What a good system. And I mean, not from a gameplay perspective, but mostly from just it is so cool to see perspective. I tried to grab her and it just didn't work. Oh, that was me trying to do the slashes there. That's what I wanted. That really can go a long time. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta hit the ankles very carefully. Break the legs very slowly. Okay, don't jump cancel. God, the fact you can, like, jump cancel, like, it feels like almost anything in this game is super cool. Again, movement-wise, Melty is incomparable. Like, you can just do what you want. Stuff just works. What is this movement, though, happening right now? Like, stop that. I do wish when I backdashed, I turned around in the air, but... Oh my god, is that gonna work? Yep. God, the way the music cuts out is so good. God, it's so good. Oh my god, I just remembered. I had a dream last night that I learned that I was Nanayashiki, but like the good half. And I was telling people that like I could like cut anything. Oh man, I just remembered. And like I was like running around through like this industrial park. Oh wow. The cutting up into 16 pieces there just kind of it reminded me. That was a cool dream. That was cool. I had the knife, but I was the good part of him. I was the good part. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess the last node will be the one that's different. All right. Let me just double check. It's all wins, right? Yeah, it's all wins. We win against Arkwid, then we win against Nero, and then we get a final special one there. At least if my saves worked, that's how it should be. If it isn't, this is going to be cringe, and I'm going to need to find out how to fix this. All right. Time to beat up Arc. Let's do this. I love being the ability to skip the intro is cool because it shows that it is something that like they incorporate because it's the feeling, right? It's the feeling of you want to try and, you know, listen to the intro because it's cool. I gotta try and use her little gripper there more. Wow, you're guarding a lot, huh? Get out of here. Alright. Listen to that breakdown, man. Stop that. Aw, that should hit OTG. Look at the angle on that, you know? Come on. Boy, you are really guarding. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that! That's gaming. That's gaming, baby. We just popped the black barrel on her. That's rad. That's good, that's good, that's good. God, there needs to be a black barrel, though, somewhere in Type Lumina. I really hope we get Gun God. That would be the coolest. That would be, like, the coolest thing for me and everyone else who's cool and, like, no one else, which is why they probably won't do it, because, yeah, Notes barely exists. Like, it is something that I would love to see turn into a whole thing, but it won't. Alright, time for us to beat up Nair. Or not. I actually forget what's happening here. I actually don't 100% remember. Is this Sion with her... Right, we get kind of her backstory here. It feels like this should be the story that you do first for the most information. I feel like it unfolds naturally. Alright, here we are. Let's do this.
Round 1. Fight.
I missed the combo. I mean, that's cool, but it's also, like, terrible as, like, to use. Like, it's probably good for the opponent, like, for the CPU to try and figure out where to go, but to use that teleport, it's so difficult. I like how he's on the ground. He's like, no, I'm okay. Don't worry. Ooh, that crossed up. Didn't lead to a real sort of thing, though. Whoop! Birds. Birds! So many birds. Woo! Oh, is that gonna work? Yo, that was... What? That was cool, and then it didn't work. That looked like it should have worked perfectly, but it somehow didn't. Oh, this is new. I can't skip. Not bad. As to be expected from number 10. Number 10. It even exceeds my former potential. Number 10. What? Dead Apostle Ancestor List. Who is number 10? Number 10 is... I'm looking, yeah, the original list here. Oh, right. Number 10 is Nero. Okay. Okay. I was like, wait, are you claiming Shiki is one? But no, it's him. But in these circumstances, it will not be enough. What's going on? He's fading? Too early. After all, you are the only one for whom Nero Chaos is a strongly held fear. There's not enough strength of rumor for full conceptualization. In that state, anyone could kill Tatari. An opening. I am to be killed by you a second time? I see. Myself or even our ancestors are but frail beings before an exception like you. Perhaps an irregularity like you can even summon the princess and bestow upon me that form. Very well. Being one of the 27 dead apostle ancestors has lost its flavor. Being an original would be much more appropriate for my final form. I can't believe it. Even if it is pointless, the statement escapes my lips. The eyes of Tonoshiki see death. Not the death of substance, but the death of meaning, of existence itself. I knew that from his reading his data, but I didn't understand it. He truly is a god of death. Tatari's incomplete form is information. To be able to attack and eliminate it like a tangible object is... what a wild card. For him, he can probably kill concepts beyond human comprehension. Hey, remember when Shiki, like, killed the Earth in that one ending in Tsukihime? I feel like that could lead to notes. Gone. Did I defeat it? Shiki says this in half-belief. It isn't because it was simple compared to the long-gone apostle. In the first place, if Tatari is composed only of information, he cannot be a challenge. Shiki, being well-tuned to the life and death of an opponent he defeated before, is simply able to perceive the passing once more. Sion, just now. Yes, it is finished. You have destroyed the vampire you were looking for, Shiki. For real? Yes. Well done, Shiki. You destroyed Tatari before there were any victims. I lied. With such an obvious lie, he might be able to tell, but he really has no way of denying it. I am his only source of information regarding Tatari. If I say it is finished, then all he can do is nod. I see. Got it. Well then, what are you gonna do now, Sion? That dead apostle Tatari, he's gone now. As the true ancestor will not cooperate with me, I have no need for this town or you. I will soon be leaving. Is it really okay? About Arquid? Yes. In the first place, I knew my chances of gaining her cooperation were low. Our negotiations failed, so there is no second time. Rather than waste time negotiating, it would be better for me to return to my research. That has always been my goal. Oh, well that's fine, but in that case, it would be better to just go back. He says so in a perfectly natural tone as he stops. His words, they are correct. For me, it is meaningless to search for Tatari tonight. I understood it was meaningless for me to try and to use Tatari in the negotiations with the true ancestor. So, that is why I agreed to search for the vampire with Shiki, even though it promised only a small chance of success. Sion? What's wrong? You don't look too well again. No, there is no need to worry. In other words, even if it was just briefly, I worked with Shiki unselfishly. The reason is so simple it almost does not come to mind. What is this? Does this mean I have a liking for him? Oh, the blushies. But what is it, Sion? Suddenly staring at my face like that? See, Shiki is flustered, perhaps because my behavior is different than usual. Yeah, I feel the same way. Until now, I never really spoke with someone the opposite gender close to my own age. Until now, I never held a strong interest in that. I never knew it was this easy for people to start liking one another. Well, okay, that's kind of a big assumption on your part for him, but it is troubling. My chest starts to get tighter and my face begins to get hotter. It is a failure of the fundamental control all alchemists learn. But just as well, it does not appear to be a negative sensation. Perhaps a dog running on the ground that suddenly... Oh god, I forgot about this. Perhaps a dog running on the ground that suddenly became able to fly would feel the same exhalation. What an image. Thinking that, I suddenly feel a strange happiness. Oh. I'm suddenly overwhelmed by nausea. Sion, you've been acting a little strange for a while now. Isn't it better to just rest after all? I'm feeling poorly, so I will return. Because the vampire causing disturbances in this town is now gone, our cooperative relationship is now finished. Yeah, that's true. Then we will part here. Farewell, Shiki. I withdraw my ether light from Shiki. The thread connecting us is now broken. The contract between us also reaches its end. I turn away from him. My nausea vanishes, as does my feeling of exhalation. With that, the type of miracle occurring until now becomes elucidated. Because I never liked anyone, I could only feel unhappy about myself. So I endured it. I endured it by my dry, empty, and meaningless actions. What moved me was emotions that I never truly felt before. These emotions, no, the emotion of liking something was barely a part of my life. So these past 3 years I just endured it. But even that is at an end. Whether I like someone or not, this body has reached its limit. This body has reached a level where I can no longer maintain its form without drinking blood. But maybe there is a plus side. A human before it transforms into a vampire. Being bitten by a vampire, a human that can only become a vampire is brought down by one thing. Wanting someone else. Just that simple emotion, I know that now. Now we're going up to K. Yeah, here we go. The real ending this time. Oh, look at this. Hologram Summer, Lord of Lies, Night on the Blood Layer. That is a strong image just to read there. Everything about that is good. Hot. My throat is parched. How long has it been since my thirst has been quenched? My body is harmed by the rising sun. In exchange, these abilities far surpass my previous ones. That is only natural. If your momentum increases, you must increase your intake of nutrients. Regular food will not suffice. It will not satisfy. This thirst will not leave me. Red blood screaming from anguish. This body which can only be healed by corruption. Always. For these past 3 years, I've always resisted the temptation. That night. Ever since that summer when I was bitten by Tatari. Hot, hot, hot. The walls of my throat stick together as if to block off my head from the rest of my body. My head floats above my body, as if not even attached. There is only one way to bring everything together. There are no nerves connecting the limbs of a vampire. What connects a vampire is just red blood. Moreover, the blood of others. Vampires cannot survive without stealing the blood of others. I won't do it. I will never do it. I never want to be the same as that one. Because an existence like mine that cannot survive without stealing from others is a mistake. But at the same time, I know it is only natural to require greater intake of energy in order to maintain such a desired existence, an existence where such a supreme level of life force exists. The race of vampires is an existence far beyond that of humans, so a human diet could not compare to that of a vampire's. In other words, red, blood, anguish, despair. Of course, you cannot say that is normal, but the energy it provides is immense. I know that, I understand. As an alchemist, what makes sense is justified. So does that make the race of vampires justified? For them, as living organisms, they are not doing anything wrong. Drinking blood is a totally natural phenomenon without any shame. But I continue my refusal to do it. I don't understand. Why do I keep clinging to my humanity? It does not add up. Some numerical value must be incorrect, otherwise I would not still have these doubts. I can think of this all calmly, but just where, when, and what is mistaken? Emotions, baby. They don't make a ton of sense. You just gotta accept them. What is mistaken? Mumbling that, I awaken. Night. It is finally a full moon. That is the time limit. All the ripening rumors will become Tatari tonight. My true goal, bringing vengeance to the one who initiated me into the race of vampires, attacking the enemy of Eltnam. It will end here. No matter what, by tomorrow. I think I am finished. These past 3 years, never returning to Atlas, continuing my flight from the church and my relentless pursuit. All in these past 3 years. During that time, all I have gained is just an understanding that my vampiric impulse may cause me to develop a liking for others. In the end, I couldn't even discover what was wrong. Not that I wanted an answer. All I wanted to know was where I, Sion Eltnam, went wrong. I didn't need an answer, because that was... After all, even if I found an answer, the dullness of my existence would not change. It isn't that what is right and what is wrong is right. That's a tough sentence. Just, I only wanted to know what was wrong. All the same, I couldn't even fulfill that simple desire. Time to go. Tonight will be the last night. I emerge from the back alley. There's only one place to go. The shrine where the whole town can be seen, where he and I first met. The tall, partially constructed skyscraper. The place by some twist of fate called Shrine will be my final stop tonight. I knew from the very beginning where Tatari would converge. I didn't come to the city because I could sense his presence like an agent or a hunter. I reached my conclusions through calculations. They projected a location and the city matched it. Almost time? This time I will. Even if I am alone, I will defeat Tatari. Ah! Every time, got a jump scare. My body freezes. Just thinking that I'm unable to combat the monster causes my thoughts to halt. That is only natural. Not knowing what shape it will take, I do not know if I can hold my own against it. An enemy who has not taken form cannot be analyzed for data. Alchemists are those who fight using information. Yet I do not even have that to draw on. I must go. It is almost midnight. With shaking legs, I advance forward with my mind still encased in ice. And then... you finally came. In the entrance to the building. Hey, you're an hour late, Sion. He's there, raising his hand in easy greeting. Shaky? Yeah, but what's with that expression? You look like you've seen a ghost. Because you... Why? Why not? Didn't we promise? Until we both meet our objectives that we would cooperate? So it's not quite over yet, Sion. You haven't found what you're looking for. I see. In short, he saw through everything and was playing dumb. I'm a little surprised. My ether light is attached, so I don't know what he is... It's detached, so I don't know what he is thinking. But I truly know just how good a person he is. Because he knew he didn't destroy the vampire, and that I was hiding something from him. Yet, he still waited for Sion Eltnem just like before. Certainly, there still remains one of my objectives, but that is my problem. Your objective was met last night, so I do not think there's any reason for you to wait for me. Oh, yeah. Sorry, but please don't worry about it. After all, I couldn't quite rest easy until it was completely confirmed. If the vampire was still here, it'd be bad. I'm not finished yet, so there's no reason for me to go back. Well, since our goals are pretty similar, can't we just team up like before? So let's stay together a little longer. I do not mind, but I cannot bear responsibility for what happens. It will get deadly, and I will look out for myself more than for you. Are you still okay with that? Sure, I do the same thing, so I don't mind one bit. I wonder. Huh? Did you say something, Sion? I cannot believe what you just said, but I do not mind. Because I can believe in you, Shiki. Ah! And the two of us enter the building. My legs, which were trembling so hard earlier, calmed down as though it never happened. Probably because I am happy. To not fool myself and say bluntly, I am overjoyed. I am less embarrassed than I thought I would be. Moreover, I feel splendid. Now, time to switch off my emotions. Doctor, turn off my emotion inhibitors! Or turn on them! I don't want to feel anything. I have to try as hard as I can to hide my feelings from Shiki and act like the way I was before. The long elevator. The elevator rises. There isn't any electricity, but after a little fiddling by Sion, it began to rise, and the both of us began our trip to the rooftop. Hey, Sion, yesterday we defeated the Tatari that became Nero, yet he's still here. Does that mean we have to defeat the true Tatari? No. When it comes to Tatari, there's no such thing as true Tatari or fake Tatari. Yes, not even you can completely kill Tatari. It is special among all the 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. Huh? Tatari can exist forever through others, the same as Roa, the infinite reincarnator. Wait a minute, Sion, what did you say just now? About Roa, you were connected to him, weren't you? Yeah, I was... Wait, that's not it. What you said before? What exactly did you say about Tatari? Tatari is one of the 27 ancestors of the dead apostles. Come to think of it, I never did tell you. No, you didn't. Those 27 ancestors of the dead apostles are the strongest, aren't they? I never knew he was one of those. That was an omission on my part. I will explain everything, so please do not be angry. Simply put, Tatari is an unprecedented vampire. The dead apostles are only humans who became vampires. They are second-generation vampires who are their own breed of vampires apart from the true ancestors. The highest among those are called the 27 ancestors. Among those 27, there are those whose true form is unknown. Like Altrouge. God, I want to know what Altrouge looks like. Even other dead apostles do not know of them, and not even the church pursues them. Because they are ancestors, the others of the 27 do not face them either. Their existence is strange even among vampires, enigmas which stray from the norms of the 27. That is Tatari, number 13, the vampire called the Knight of Walachia. The Knight of Walachia? I've heard something about that from Senpai. The church knows where the layers of the 27 ancestors are, with the exception of one of them. Yes, Tatari, no. The Knight of Walachia does not have a lair. In the first place, it is something that does not even exist in this world. Something that doesn't even exist in this world? You mean he's dead? No. There are those among the ancestors that exist even though their bodies have been destroyed. Simply, you cannot destroy the 27 ancestors by destroying just their bodies. But that is not what I meant. The Knight of Walachia truly does not exist. A dead apostle that cannot exist unless certain conditions are met. But as long as they are met, it is a dead apostle that can live forever. That is the form of the immortality possessed by the Knight of Walachia. Immortality? Not even dead apostles last forever, yet they still yearn for eternity, right? Those are the words of the infinite reincarnator Roa. Yes, the Knight of Walachia resembles him terribly. It does not independently exist eternally, only by others. Dead apostles are immortal but not eternal. An immortality which requires them to drink the blood of others means they will not age, but does not mean they will not die. Most ancestors work to perfect their incomplete immortality, but they all fall short. Among them, there are those who seek eternity not from themselves but from others. One was Michael Roa Valdemjong, a dead apostle who reincarnated to those with ability. Another is Knight of Walachia, Zepia Eltnam Oberon. He took another approach from Roa, but still obtains eternity through others. So, was Zepia her dad or her ancestor? I forget. Might have to look that up after. Maybe we'll get that. Yeah. Zepia Eltnam Oberon. Wait, his name is the same as... Yeah, there we go. Thank you for saying it. The Knight of Walachia's original, the vampire Zepia, is my ancestor. More precisely, the admired and unparalleled head of the Eltham house 3 generations ago. Okay, I was like, are we talking like ancient or because I forgot. I was like, is it ancient or is it rather new? No, in this case, it's 3 generations ago. Then you wanting to defeat Tataria, the Knight of Walachia is... Certainly Zepia dirtied the name of Eltnam. He violated the precepts of Atlas by conducting research in the outside world and becoming a vampire. As a result, the Eltnams lost all influence within Atlas. You can say that sin is a permanent scar on the name of Eltnam. And you wanting to defeat the Knight of Walachia is a matter of erasing that sin? No. It is simply a matter of self-preservation to do so. 3 years ago, the Knight of Walachia occurred in a remote country village in Italy. Of course, even the church that normally lets the Knight of Walachia run free wouldn't want a slaughter happening in their backyard. As a countermeasure, they requested the help of the Atlas Academy. The Knight of Walachia was originally an alchemist. They thought those from the Atlas Academy would be helpful. I volunteered to provide that aid. It wasn't that I had any interest in the Knight of Walachia. I merely wanted to gain data from the outside world. And that is how both I and the Knight of Walachia, Tatari, encountered one another. The detachment of knights sent to the mountain village to combat Tatari were entirely destroyed. The people of the village were drained of their blood and died. Even I... Sorry, you don't have to tell me anymore. I feel bad for forcing you to tell me so much. No. If you are to fight the Knight of Walachia, you must hear everything. I was bitten by the Knight of Walachia. Half of the body of Sion Eltnam became that of a vampire. Yet, the Knight of Walachia's existence as a vampire is imperfect. It can only occur as a vampire for 1 night and only after a number of years. Thanks to that, I did not fully transform into a vampire. These past 3 years, I did not receive any influence from the Knight of Walachia, my parent vampire. I see. Humans bit by a dead apostle must obey the orders of their parent vampire and drink blood, gradually gaining independence. Since you haven't received any vampiric impulse from the Knight of Walachia, you don't have to drink any blood. No. I do have the vampiric impulse inside me. Little by little, I am turning into a vampire. As a result, I need blood. And if I did drink blood, the transformation process would accelerate greatly. So, before I become a vampire, I have to find a cure for vampirism. At the same time, I have to defeat the Knight of Walachia before he can command me. If I do not, I'll be unable to resist his urge to drink blood. Shiki, that is the reason I pursued Tatari. I am the one who was bitten by the Knight of Walachia. I am sure you know what that means. In the worst case, you would have to do everything Walachia tells you to? Yes. If that happens, I would ask you kill me without delay. It is probably really as possible for you to kill the Knight of Walachia. It would be better for you to remain than I. I just have one question. Sion, you don't intend to lose, do you? Of course not. If that was the case, I would not even be here. For an alchemist of Atlas, fighting is only done when victory is the outcome. I do not fight battles I am sure to lose. Alright, understood. You ever seem to be succumbing to him, I'll finish you right away. Yes. If that ever happens, please do. Well, that was mostly the same as before. I still wanted to remember what a lot of that was, because now that we have, all the context from the other stories, I wanted to see. We're at the rooftop. Let's go, Shiki. At midnight, the Knight of Walachia will begin. Whatever form it takes, the Knight of Walachia can only be defeated when it becomes Tatari, so... It's our first and last chance, right? I got it. After all, I don't feel like meeting up with someone who has such sick tastes any more than I have to. Sion pushes the control panel. The not quite finished elevator groans as the door opens. Here we are. Shrine skyscraper rooftop. Ruins devoid of human life. The darkness pools here with only the moon and stars for illumination. Sion, that's the night of Walachia. It seems it could not wait to become Tatari. Thump, the sound of a heartbeat. Feels like my veins are bursting, saying die. Kill your reason. Does stealing blood from people bring so much pleasure? It seems to appeal not to my mind, but to my body. Look lively now, Sion. Your enemies are right in front of us. I can hear Shiki's reprimand. A warning truly a mix between a light remark and an angry one. Probably because of that. I understand. Against this I can hold on to myself against Walachia. How long do you plan on being quiet, Walachia? You are close to taking form, and you should be aware. Can we turn down the volume, please? It's a bit loud. Bit too much noise, please. Because it's your last time I'll listen to your last 2 words. How tasteless. A voice like dark magic echoing from nowhere. Shiki quietly removes his glasses. To prevent Walachia from advancing further, I point my gun at him. Coming backstage before a performance. You haven't grown at all since that one night, have you, Eltnam? It seems after hundreds of years, the members of Atlas have yet to gain any refinement. The pulsing inside me increases. With the sound of that voice, it throbs stronger, threatening to overwhelm. Sion, it's dangerous for you to face him. If you plan on defeating him, you must not hesitate. His point of view is reasonable. As Walachia's child, trying to merely confront him would result in him taking control. Then it is only logical that I have to defeat Walachia before that happens. Sion, if you can't fight, then I... Another thing lacking in taste. Do you not understand, guest? This girl has something she must ask of me. Is that not so, Sion Eltnam Atlasia? As you say, Walachia, I have something to ask you. Very well, I will listen. No matter what you say, you are my offspring. As your patron god, it is my duty to dispel your earthly desires. 3 years ago, Walachia. You annihilated us 3 years ago as Tatari. That is fine. As one who could not explain you to the church, and as the ones who could not understand you, we bear responsibility. But you were illogical. Why? Back then, why did you let you go? Carrying that with you all this time as the reason for you seeking your seeking vengeance is a little... Quiet! Back then, you had no reason to let me go. As one who can only exist for one night, you don't need anything. For the night of Walachia, there was no reason at all to let Sion Eltnam escape. You bastard, you still... Your memory of that night 3 years ago should suffice for your answer. I gave you your answer. Why? Because I feel sympathy for my own kind. That isn't a reason. You were the Knight of Walachia. You cut all ties with the name Eltnam. You, a vampire, let me go because I'm a descendant? For one who dragged the name Eltnam to the lowest depths to cite such a reason is... Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha. How thrilling! You mean to say that you find it so unbearable that I, the one who dirtied the name of Eltnam, let you go because you were an Eltnam? How hard is it to throw away your pride in your family, to follow me so far, to go through such pain because of your mistaken humiliation? Mistaken humiliation? Goodness. Letting you go because you were an Eltnam. You should reconsider that, Sion. Did you really believe that was why I let you go? What? You turned away from the truth so you would not realize it. Even though you knew it long ago, you appear before me oblivious? In the first place, why did you leave Atlas? It was not for the reason that you asked me. Do you still not understand it yet? Your mistake, it is what your doubts truly are. My mistake? That is, in the end, my doubts that I could not grasp. Exactly. That which you gained. Knowledge, laws, ideas, thoughts. None of them were created by you. They were only things borrowed from others. What is this? I don't need to hear from that bastard. Atlas logically never accused Eltnam of a crime. But Sion Eltnam, You are clever enough to read the knowledge of other people. Tapping into the information center of others is the same as immersing oneself in the collective common sense of other people. Therefore, the more you develop your world, your intelligence and wisdom, the harder it is to tap into other people. A fully matured sense of self would rip completely through another's ideas. That's right. That's why I was always so neutral. Casting off all intent of my own, I was gathering information from others. What you absorbed from the minds of others was common sense. In order to protect the name of Eltnim, the girl named Sion Eltnim only specialized in the Eltnim technique. Therefore, your actions were not surprising. Without causing any resistance or feeling of inconsistency, you drew information from others. But there was a sense of inconsistency. I didn't know what it was. No matter how many calculations I made, I could not understand. So if I went outside, if I could read the data of others, I may be able to shed some light on my questions. You surely have realized it by now, daughter. Recognition of that contradiction would bring the destruction of the one named Sion Eltnim. As long as you remain human, those doubts and questions will remain. Immortality, masochism, good intentions, benevolence. Humans are just monkeys who became attached to these functions. And so, I gave you blood, and turned you into a vampire. I did not one of my own kind to lose any more capability. Same kind. That is... Now I'll ask the question, but I missed it. Oh no. So why is it? Does the search for truth require a human body? Is it not natural to replace a lesser component with a better one? Daughter of Eltnim, you logically obtained information from others. Then, is it not logical to become a vampire? What reason do you have to refuse a better component? Why do you go so far to remain human? The reason I resist becoming a vampire. The reason I will not drink blood. It is rather obvious. I just don't want to have a body where I must steal from others. But that's just... Yes. Oh yeah, because she steals information. So, oh, well, there we go. There's a contradiction, is there not, Eltnim? You do not feel guilt about stealing information from others, but you are repelled by the idea of stealing blood from others. A ludicrous tale. Even though you detest vampires, you have been doing the same thing since the moment you were born. So, when I realized it was wrong, there's no other choice. No matter how much I regret it, no matter how much I hate it, I cannot change the way I live. So, even if I realized my way of living was flawed because I am such a trivial person, stop it. Yes, you finally realized your mistake, Sion Eltnim. You simply could not even understand that simple emotion. But that is not something to boast of. Not even understanding your guilt, only understanding the thoughts of others. Even though Sion Eltnim existed, you ignored yourself and simply became a transparent body accumulating the knowledge of others. I do not need to say anything more, do I? I am manifested from the thoughts of others, and you cannot exist without absorbing the thoughts of others. That is why you and I are the same kind. Together we are life forms that cannot exist without information. Is that not delightful? Where else do you find two things so alike? The darkness is howling. My throat is parched. Blood. I want blood right by me. The heart of the heart of Shiki, not Beat. That's my friend. Hi, Beat. You're not watching this. Right by me, the heart of Shiki is beating ever so sweetly. Don't be ridiculous. Don't listen to him, Sion. There's no need to listen to his lies. I know, but that voice is right. I cannot help but listen to the truth. My throat hurts. I cannot see anything. Nothing seems to matter anymore for the first time in my life. I think that. That is acceptable. Why, from the beginning, you only receive your morals from the people around you anyway? If you simply cease that kind of thinking, I will give you a far superior manner of acting as a vampire. Sion. Hang in there, Sion. Now you can no longer resist. Satisfy your 3-year-long thirst with this human who tempts you. Sion, are you okay with this? Ha 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 ha. Alright, let's do this. Let's beat up the girl and be ready to quickly Alt F4 if we need to. Because if I have to redo all this, I'm not gonna enjoy it. Alright, let's do this. Real fight, let's go. Nice. Okay. Oh, not good. Not good. Nice. That's one. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right.
Round 2. Fight.
Got the overhead. I gotta use that more for sure. Especially because I think that leads to follow-ups, actually. I wonder if I can do that and then do the slide. Yep. Cool. Great job, buddy. There we go. That works. Just go nuts wild. Heavy. Even though my body is many times superior than before, it feels so many times heavier. Just moving my arms and lifting my head hurts this much. Like a machine. I look like a machine trying to move around without any power. Actually, I look more like a corpse drained of blood. My bloodless ears hear something. Even though I'm unable to hear the wind or the distant trees, I am able to hear the voice of the one in front of me. Sion, hang in there. By listening carefully little by little, like gathering grains of sand one by one, I am finally able to understand his voice. What is wrong, human? Have you not won? You should hurry and end her misery. Whatever the outcome, she will meet her end. No matter how long you may try and stave it off, it will not change the inevitable destruction that awaits. Black noise. Shut up. A cold voice. With his breathing even wilder than mine, he seems to be in a predicament. I see. I cannot feel my limbs because they were so heavy, but I must have torn into him with my claws after all. You still have sympathy? If you leave it alone, it will soon heal and attack you. When that happens, you will die. In your state, you cannot defend yourself. Warped noise. Laughing. It definitely is very amused. Amused at my own uselessness and his ridiculousness. He even told me that he understood. He promised to kill me if I became like this. Look, she's starting to recover. Excellent. The nerves you cut were able to be repaired, so she immediately replaced them with her ether light. They were originally intended as false nerves for use by surgeons. She can easily heal if all you cut is her circuits. You may wish to defeat me, the one who stole her freedom, but she will not stop. If you want to fight me, you must first kill her completely. Jarring, grating noise. But that noise is correct. He is mistaken. At this rate, You are quite deluded. Do you think that by calming her down, you can return her to the way she was? Such lovable optimism is useless. Boy, if you think anything of her at all, you have no other recourse than to kill her, do you not? Noise. Like a sandstorm. Sorry, it was put in front of me. Like I could not. An unpleasant sound leaking into my head, into my thoughts. But you just shut up. You've been doing nothing but running your mouth, you annoying bastard. But that sharp voice cuts through the air and makes it disappear like magic. Well, Sion, are you okay being like that? His strong voice. It is enough to make me stop hearing the bothersome noise. I know you can't be. You probably want to go on a rampage a little more, don't you? You look like you want to go crazy because you want to drink blood so much. Fine, I'll roll with you until you're satisfied. However, the darkness covering my vision lifts. Blood returns to my dead body. In my mind, which tried to escape by stopping, light starts to idly shine forth. However, I'm going to knock you around. Until you give up, until you realize how much you despise your weakness, I'll keep beating you up. He says this with his body covered in wounds. But you cannot win a fight with spirit alone. If he fights again, he will lose. If I beat him, I can quench my thirst. I see. Certainly she is weak. That's why she gave in to me, but she may also have a weakness to you. Her being weak to me means that she is weak to the vampiric impulse. And You are also weak to the vampires, Sion Eltnam. The noise sneers at him. He ignores the noise, acting like he can't hear it. The noise is now barely audible. Smile. Just now, Walachia released his hold over me. What is mistaken is, my weakness was just against myself. I wanted to run away from myself. I didn't want to realize that I depended on the information I obtained from others, just like Walachia. Because even once I realized my mistake, I would not be able to change it. That is how I was born, how I was raised, how I lived. I felt I couldn't change the way I lived. If I realized my mistake, I would have to acknowledge it and continue moving forward. So I ran. From Atlas, from myself, and from Walachia. That was my weakness. Because the path Walachia offered me was easy, I fled onto it. But he is wrong. His words are exceedingly difficult. If I fight, I will be utterly defeated. Because it is his words that are difficult. They are what I cannot beat. But I will take that challenge. Walachia is wrong. Even though it was just noise, it was correct, so it made me empty. But incorrect noise is really just noise. I am not so weak as to be controlled by that. Right. I am not weak. I understand my doubts. I don't need his help. I've known that I was weak for a long, long time. However, all the same, I do not need help, Shiki. I will not lose to anything outside of myself. I am strong. I fight to tear away from my weak self. Of course, my opponent is not Walachia. My opponent is that man. Telling me to walk a difficult path. That's just fighting so you can rub it in your irresponsible partner's face. I do not need help, Shiki. I will not lose to anything outside of myself. What? Sion, you've returned to sanity? Please correct yourself, Shiki. I have always been sane. Even if I was controlled by the vampiric impulse, I have never lost my sanity. Oh, I see. Yeah, it seems that's probably right. I do not know why you're so happy. Well, I will not ask right now. There are more important matters to attend to. Gulp? It is already past midnight, Knight of Walachia. Instead of staying in that useless state, how about taking form as Tatari? As you are now, you cannot do anything. I will not stop if you decide to disappear without becoming Tatari tonight. How long do you plan on staying like that, Walachia? Tonight is the appointed time. You have no time to do anything but become Tatari, so... Cut. Huh? Cut. It is entertaining no longer. I spent this time trying to get my daughter to submit, but for it to end up meaningless is just... how truly boring. All that's left is to destroy everything with my own hands. It is a mess that I have to clean up as fast as possible. Until dawn, I will feed off the people of this town and seek out the 6th once more. Now where can I amuse myself? Hey... Is this Arkwid's? Yeah, this is my world. The place where the one connected to you, Arkwid Brunstud, can use her powers without any constraint. Arkwid, no, you... Exactly, Shiki. Walachia took the shape of the true ancestor. While not the real true ancestor, it does not make a difference in terms of existence. It is only a fake, but please do not take it lightly. How unexpected, Sion. It's not a matter of taking anything lightly. Between you and me, you can't even call it a fight. What is gonna happen is the extermination of pests. You can't fight me, you'll be crushed like a bunch of bugs. Thanks to the power of this fake moon. Let's go with Shiki, because I like his combos more. And plus, you know, fated battle and whatnot. Let's do this. Alright.
Round 1. Fight.
I can't believe, like, I've seen this stage here so much, and yet I never put together that it was Arkwid's castle. Like, it makes so much sense now. Right? Okay. Dang. Come on. There we go, that's one. Nice. Okay.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, not good, not good, not good. Ooh, you extended your combo. Oh my goodness, please stop. Oh my goodness. Ah, this is... Oh, we're gonna lose this round for sure. Well, I'll try. Oh, it's because she's got super armor. Well, that makes it really difficult. Okay, we gotta hit this. We gotta hit this super for sure. We gotta get that big Mundo damage. Come on. Yeah, that's gonna work. Nope. She dashed through it. That's what... Oh, look at that damage, though. That's it, baby. Nice. That worked. That one air combo was legitness. We beat her. It is over, Walachia. It is not so easy to tie down Arkwood Brunstud, the princess of the true ancestors using Tatari. For you, using her body is impossible. I agree. After becoming Arkwood Brunstud, I finally understand. This body is limitless. I probably only drew upon 30% of her potential. For you to defeat me, it must be my failure. But this is only tonight's sideshow. As regrettable as it is, I will have to use it during my next opportunity. Once a form of Tatari is defeated, it disappears. How? Simple. Are you not the ones who call me Knight of Walachia? Once Tatari occurs, it exists for the entire night. Even if its form is defeated, Tatari will not pass away. The only time Tatari has disappeared before morning was when there was no one left to drink from. The only way for Tatari to leave is for everyone to be drained of blood. Oh, then all we have to do is defeat you. Slash. It is useless. No longer Tatari, I am just a phenomenon. Even if you perceive death, you cannot defeat what doesn't exist. The only thing which can force me to exit the stage is dawn. That is in quite a long time. Now let the night of drinking blood begin. Damn, Sion, what do we do? Nothing. If the Knight of Walachia is not formed as Tatari, then we cannot destroy it. Without form, Walachia does not exist. That is why the Church has been unable to catch even him in these past centuries. Correct, Sion Eldnem. Normally, fighters like you are best left until the end, but that goes against my whole existence. No matter who, I will not allow anyone who dirties my stage to survive. I will drink every last drop you have. Hurry and fall into the abyss below my stage and forever behold my curse. No, your curse will end tonight. Who? Who are you? Hey, the arbiter of this game. Shall I use the name Crimson Moon? What? What is this, my thoughts? Okay, I've heard the name Crimson Moon, but that is... I still need a bit more information to fully understand that. That is... Sepia Eldnem Oberon. Is this really happening? Then... That is the dead apostle before he became Walachia? This cannot be. To return this body, to return me to myself? Such an irrational thing cannot occur. Even if you are a member of the true ancestor royal family, to return a phenomenon like myself back to existence. This is ridiculous. Wake up from your dream already, dead apostle. You can never gain the miracle you desire. No matter how many thousands of years you try, you will never become the sixth. Feel free to think you can obtain the sixth after spending an infinite amount of time. Go ahead and grasp onto that small hope. But know what happens at the fulfillment of that miracle. Know its shape will be the end of you. What did you do? You don't get it, you piece of dirt? Then look up at the crimson moon shining overhead. Red moon. This is the same as the night I became the Knight of Walachia. Do you remember now? The power you received from the red moon that made you a phenomenon. It expires when the red moon appears, doesn't it? Indeed. However, the red moon should be in the distant future. My cycle's equation is measured in millennia. The conclusion of my predetermined cycle is after 1,000 years. Until then, I shall remain as Tatari. But once the cycle ends, you return to your normal self. After the end of your 1,000-year-long equation, if you cannot obtain even once the answer, the Knight of Walachia may as well return to the dead apostle named Zephia. Was that not the contract you made with Altruge? Oh, we get an Altruge name drop! Oh my god. Wait, then this is... Yes, this is the end of your pointless journey, Walachia. Aren't you happy? I made it into reality right here and now, your fruitless efforts over 1,000 years. I can't believe it. With her marble phantasm, she created the moon from 1,000 years in the future! Whoa! She can do that? Impossible. Time travel is on the order of sorcery, and to bring the moon from 1,000 years in the future is just... This is my world. Although it can only exist for one night like yours, there is no world I cannot make. I feel like this is the first time we're actually seeing Arcuit do stuff that she was said to be able to do in Tsukihime. To put it in your terms, you and I are both rulers of lies that can only exist for one night. It's only obvious that an inferior imagination will fall into delusion when faced with a superior one, isn't it? Then my wish will never come true. The end of your equation's cycle is the end of humanity. You may rule over a desolate land devoid of anyone, but knowing that result must already be painful. I no longer intend to use my power for your absurdity, and more than anything, your play is rather annoying. Just end your life and existence here, Walachia. You are nothing more than the rumors of people anyway. If the world is less than a few rumors, it's no loss at all, is it? Hey, Sion, what's Arcuit saying? She is not the true ancestor that we know, but I understand her words. She's essentially telling Walachia to die. What do you mean, not the true What is going on? Pretty upfront, isn't she? So, are we able to kill him now? Without a doubt. He is Tatari, but not Walachia. He's the vampire named Zephia before he became a phenomenon. If we defeat him now, the dead apostle Tatari will cease to exist. Huh. I see, it is impossible. Are you saying that even if I become Tatari for thousands of years, I won't be able to reach you, Crimson Moon? Okay, so, again, there's some story with the Crimson Moon that I think I need to read. I think there's one, isn't there? There's some story about them on the moon. Where do I read about that? Like, I feel like that's important information that I need to know. Oh, frick. Right, it was Brun... Right, no. Brunstead of the Crimson Moon. Right, that's like the one that's in... Right. That's like her alternate personality that's inside her. Right, no, we did learn about this in, Kagetsu Toya a bit. But where can I wonder if there's any place to... Isn't there the side story that reads about it more? No, apparently. I'm just looking here. Yeah, no. Yeah, because it says it's only in Tsukihime remake Kagetsu Toya Melty Bloods. So yeah, no, I guess not. Though I still need to read that. There's that one story about the moon that I gotta read. But I will not vanish. I am the Knight of Walachia, phenomenon immune to destruction. If you say this night is my end, then that lie will disappear if I kill you here and now. If I can't attain my goal using this method, then this midsummer night's dream is already over. I will drain you here and think of the next step. He's coming, but he... It appears he is not one we can face. The true ancestor is our only hope, then. Oh, me? Sorry, but I'm using all my power to maintain this place. So I'm counting on you to take Walachia out, Shiki. Counting on me? What happened to your tough talk? You made him sound serious, so stop being so easygoing around and take responsibility. Oh, look, he's coming. We don't have time to chat, Shiki. You're unbelievable. I agree, but the only way is to fight with everything we have. Yeah, Shiki, as you said, we gotta do this. Alright, here we are. I have no idea how Walachia plays. Like, I've seen his sprite, and that's it. I have no idea. Whoa, that looks glitchy. That doesn't look correct. Is that how it's meant to look? That's weird. Oh, okay, that's a huge hitbox. Oh my goodness, that doesn't look right. That looks like a glitch. Dang, dude. Whoa! Yo, he's got like Shadow Dio Iggy moves. That's cool. Okay. There we go. Nice. Nice. So, I'm gonna be honest. I thought that because he looks just like a regular vampire, I fully expected the reason that he looks like a vampire to be like, oh, there's rumors of there being a vampire in this town, and like that's like a traditional vampire. So, oh god, he has Gonitz moves. Oh god. Oh, jump scare. I fully expected it to be like, yeah, this is him taking the form of what people think a vampire is, you know? Yeah, that doesn't look right. That looks like there's a glitch in the background. Oh, I wanted to end with a super. I was trying and my input didn't read. That's fine. Alright. Yeah, he's got some schmoves. That's for sure. The time has come to lower the curtain. Kick! Like a silver stake, Shiki's knife drives into Walachia's chest. Walachia simply stares down at the knife, puzzled. Splat. He spits forth the blood he gathered over these hundreds of years. Brimming forth with waves of life so obstinately, so blinding, so uselessly gathered until now. I see it was a waste. It was all a waste. After all, if even a beast wears shoes, it will still be cast aside and trampled, torn apart like a bad piece of shit fortune by those seeking the eternal prize. Cry out, you flies, for the world will elude you maggots. Kick, missing, lost, vague, ignorant as expected, already changed, already low, already dead. Oh, what was I even seeking? Blood pours forth from the sunken caves of Walachia's eyes, of the eyes on Walachia's mask-like face. Soon, it will no longer even have a human shape, just a mask smiling tearfully as endless pillar of blood flows out. Blood, gushing, oozing blood, pouring blood, oozing blood, pumping blood, blood! With sickening wet sounds, Walachia becomes smaller and smaller. All that's left is a mask. Soon the pillar of blood subsides as well. The smell of blood is pretty strong, Shiki. Let's go. Walachia's already gone and there's nothing more to do here, right? But before that... Shiki looks at me. All I can look at is Walachia disappear. Walachia, why did... Those vague, unnecessary words leave my mouth. You become a vampire. I couldn't even ask why he left Atlas. Like a small animal, it turns almost lovingly towards me. How foolish of me to expect Walachia to answer me in that state. Well, Sion, that's because I saw my answer. From the tearfully smiling mask comes that exceedingly kind voice. I saw my answer, Sion. I saw my answer. You will probably find it someday as well. Any highly skilled alchemist can find the path to it after hard work. We have none of the qualms a sorcerer would. Anyone could find the answer after knowing everything about this world and making precise calculations. That unchangeable end. Atlas is a warehouse of madmen. Even knowing that there is an inescapable end, they come up with ways to try and resist it. But the more they come up with these ways, the worse the future destruction becomes. There is no salvation. Working to achieve a world of equality, we try to read the future and manage it. but from the very, very beginning there was nothing but destruction waiting. I thought, and 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 thought. Yes, I simulated all the different ways, but no matter what method is used, the future is only steered towards a more grotesque fate. I went mad, all alchemists who foresee the impending destruction go mad, defying the future as if crazed. That is truly going crazy. Since you bear the name Atlasia, you will eventually fall into that pit. Successor Atlasia, you will go crazy while falling into hell and calculating new destruction. I challenge that. Making the impossible possible is what it means to be Atlasia. I became a vampire to increase my own abilities to obtain that miracle. And the tearfully smiling mask says all that. Yes, it truly is crying while smiling. Even that face has been warped. Is it because it realized the meaninglessness of reading the future? Frantically denying our powerlessness and rushing forward and going crazy in the end? Walachia, you... Eat till the bones are gone. There is no salvation. There's no pleasure. Humans are trivial, trivial, trivial. Trivial, trivial, struggling in a fight to the death and bringing self-destruction, self-destruction, trivial, trivial, self-destruction. Yes, I just wanted an incalculable future. Dang. How foolish. You were born so you have an end. Our terminal stop is always destruction. If you cannot accept that, then just accept your self-destruction. The true ancestor's words are correct, I also agree. Yeah, but he knew. Even though that future existed, there was a way to avoid it. But he didn't want to admit it. As long as you were looking at your escape route, you can keep testing that route as long as it lasts. Isn't it hard to always look forward? I don't really sympathize with him, but maybe the beginning of the Night of Walachia wasn't started with bad intentions. Shiki, you are naive. No matter how it started, it killed countless people. No amount of punishment can change that. I know that. But don't you feel the same way? He even called you Sion at the very end. But that doesn't excuse all the people he killed. Zepia, no, the Night of Walachia was a mass murderer. There is no room for any sentimentality. That is the certain truth. Shiki's words are just sentimentalism, but, to be completely honest, I would like to believe he could have been saved by that one word. Yeah, this is a true ending. You can feel it, huh? Returning back to ground level, the sun is starting to rise. As usual, there's no wind and the air is stiflingly hot. However, when I left the building and started walking on the ground, I began to see the world in a different light. Then, this is as far as we will go. I really am grateful for your help, Shiki. Well, that makes me really happy. I'm glad I could be of help to you even if it was just me being here. Yes, if you were not there, I could not have finished this journey. And I look around me, the place where I first fought with him, and the place where we must part. Come to think of it, back then, because I lost to Shiki, I'm able to stand here like this. That fight back then was simply the result of him being superior. Now, he's got better air combos, you know? I did have greater prospects of victory, but thanks to him I was able to pair up with Shiki. Chance really isn't a bad thing. Huh? Did you say something, Sion? Yes. I said even losing is okay. Looking at the situation now, I was able to be with you because I wanted to find an opportunity to gloat since you defeated me. Huh? Gloat? I wasn't rubbing it in, though. Yes, you never did look down on me, but I was really offended many times. But it was all just a misunderstanding. Weren't you hiding things to keep me ignorant? Then a word of advice. Ignorance can be a sword, but never a shield. Please pay more attention to that in the future. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. He nods seriously. This is another one of his good points. He listens so well to people. Well, that may also be a shortcoming. Huh? Did you recall some good memories, Sion? No. I never had anything good to remember until now. I will now have to make some good memories after we part, Shiki. I don't really get it, but whatever. Moving on, Sion, are you okay with your conversation with Arquid? I think she'd be willing to listen to you now. The true ancestor. Arquid is waiting about 20 meters away. Shiki told her he wished to speak to me and walked away from her. From 20 meters away, she can probably still really hear us, but that doesn't matter. Really, I don't have anything to hide. No, that matter is settled. With Walachia's demise, the vampire in me is no longer getting stronger. My body is still part vampire, but I can resist the vampiric impulse well enough. It should not prevent me from living normally. I will go back to Atlas and research a cure for vampirism. Not alone like before, but by teaming up with the members of Atlas. Shaky seems really happy that I said I would team up with others. I feel like maybe I have changed a little since working with him. But all the same, I can't change the fact that I steal information from others. Shiki, a lot happened, but I gained so much. I have made a lot of mistakes, but it's because I wasn't looking for an answer. Yes, knowing my mistakes, I will continue to search. Humans are full of contradictions. Please do not forget the example you just witnessed. What's that all about? Treating people like study cases still? Sion, you really haven't changed at all. Thank you. That makes me feel a little more confident. I reach out my right hand. Shiki, before we go, shall we, shake hands? I still haven't expressed my gratitude and friendship. All I can rely on is my confidence and my memories. But by doing this, by making this contact, I want to remember absolutely everything. Yeah. Thanks for everything, Sion. I really am grateful. Shiki takes my hand and shakes it. I return his handshake, squeezing his hand hard. You are a true friend, so I want to make an unrealistic promise. If you ever need me, I will come to help. Can you allow that? What do you mean? It's not a matter of allowing or not. And whenever you're in trouble, Sion, just call me. I'll come and help you. Thank goodness. Then, this is goodbye, Shiki. Yeah, take care, Sion. I hope you have the best of luck, Shiki. Shiki runs lightly over to the true ancestor, and complains a little to him, and he takes it all in stride as she complains to him, and he takes it all in stride as they both make their exits. After watching them until they disappear, I also start walking. Thank goodness. Then, this is goodbye, Shiki. I repeat those words of farewell to myself. Yes, it really was a good thing, because our promise still lasts. Thanks to that, neither of us will stray. As long as that promise lasts, I will always feel this moment. My first friend, my first partner, and my first... well. First I have to return to Atlas and offer repentance to the president there. After that I will probably have to persuade the faculty as well. Then there's a lot to do. I cannot let myself be carried away by these emotions forever. Okay. That was good. With skillful planning so as not to lose him, I leave this place. What I leave behind is this hot summer and the completely fictitious night made by that alchemist. Turning away from that night I will never have to experience again, I start walking towards a brand new future. Yeah, that was a real ending. Like that was a real good ending. It was serious, but it didn't feel like too serious. No, that was real good. That was real good. I definitely look forward to doing the last ending separately after this, because yeah, this was rather long. So after this we'll be doing one more video on OG Melty Blood, where it'll be getting the last ending, the super joke ending from what I can tell. At least I think it is. Who knows, maybe it'll get serious too. And then after that, I think we'll just take a look at a few of the characters that we never played as, because like Roa never appeared in the story, not even once. I think everyone else pretty much did. We never, okay, we didn't, we saw Miyako, but she didn't appear, right? So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But otherwise, oh, and then there's the one Easter egg people told me about, so we'll check that out. So next time will be last story, couple characters and the Easter egg, and yeah, all right. After that, we will be, I'll probably take a little break from this, just a small one, just short, right? I think whether, you know, we'll see. I might hop into Glove on Fight and do some, just check that out before we get to React and the arcade modes there, which will probably, I don't know how long those are. There'll be a lot more gameplay for sure, but those will be fun to play around with everyone. But yeah, that's kind of the plan there. Nice. We got that true end. Oh, there might be an after credits actually. I feel like this one might have one because it's like the main end. Nope. All right. No worries there. Again, there's like no way to actually tell what endings you get, which is a bit of a shame. I feel pretty happy that I'm able to do these on level 3 difficulty too. Like that makes me happy. I'm pretty good with that. All right. So what we're gonna do is we are going to be doing, like I said, last story next time, and then finishing up with the OG Melty Bloods. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you then. Ciao.